Welcome everybody to another episode of Cobb's Corner, and this time we have changed it up a little bit. I wanted to get some of the wonderful teens in my life, some of my nieces and nephews, and I wanted to have them talk about the pandemic and get the pandemic from their perspective. And today, man, today I got a very special guest with me. I got the one and only Layla B. How are you doing, lady?
Good.
Yeah. You say you just woke up.
Yes.
What you doing sleeping so late, man? I thought you was like an early bird. I thought everybody over there was early birds.
No,
No?
not me.
Since when? Have you like you used to get up early, right?
Yeah, since quarantine, I've been waking up past 8 o'clock every day.
I'm the same way, man. I can't even argue with you on that. But we are here today because I wanted to give you an opportunity to say your piece, say your part with no judgment, no critique, and just have an open and honest conversation about the pandemic, about how you have to deal with it on a daily basis. So, with that, I'm going to start with the first question. When I say pandemic, what comes to mind? Like when someone says pandemic or COVID, or like what are some of the first things that pop in your mind?
Oh, I guess just like staying out of the way, quarantine,
Okay,
being safe
yeah,
away from a lot of all
for,
the virus going around.
for sure, for sure. Has the pandemic affected your mindset or your mentality at all?
Yeah, I would say it has. Um, I guess just like kind of awakes you to how the world really is, or
Okay,
like
yeah.
you're just so much more aware of so much stuff, I guess.
And then what's something that you've noticed, or what's something that you've been made aware about the world?
um how the world can come together to like we're trying to overcome this whole thing, but also
Right.
how it started isn't great and how it's still going on because people still aren't being safe out there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel you have an increase in stress or anxiety with everything that's going on?
Yes,
And
definitely.
have you found ways to kind of handle it or deal with it?
Yeah. Like a big there's kind of pros and cons. Like
Okay.
because we were out of school,
Yeah.
that did help. Like the stress kind of went down with school, but then everything else,
Yeah.
anxiety and stress levels kind of went up.
Okay. Uh,
Like yeah.
yeah. Everything else like what?
Oh, I don't know, just being aware of like going out kind of
Yeah.
like that was
Yeah.
a big thing at first. We
For
weren't
sure.
really allowed for many months.
For sure. Yeah, that did suck. Hey, we still haven't went out to restaurants or anything like that, and I miss it so much. What's one of the hardest things, the most frustrating things about what's going on right now?
I would say, like, not being able to really go out and see people. I
Yeah,
guess that's a big thing.
that interaction, that
Yeah.
just hanging out with friends, just being away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Um, with that, what are some of the effects you're seeing the pandemic have on your classmates and your friends?
Um, well, I know a lot of my friends, like, we used to all really, like, be aware. Like, I only know a few of my classmates. There's
Hmm.
only, like, 10 of us in a class,
Yeah.
and so I really don't know anyone else.
Okay.
Like, in my school, like, we don't really interact much.
No. How many people are there in your school?
I'm not sure. There's well over like 200 or 100 kids in my grade, but
Okay.
I only know like 20 of us.
Yeah, that's fine. I forgot to mention that you are on the East Coast. You're in Maine, so it's not a large populated area or anything like that. But
No, yeah.
so I wanted to. I'm getting this perspective because I'm talking to another kid from the Midwest here, and then I have a niece out on the West Coast. So I got three different areas of the country on how each side is dealing with the pandemic.
Hmm.
Do you feel like there's any added pressures with what's going on right now?
Added pressures. I'm not. I think academic work,
Okay. Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning, they gave us like a lot of time. Like if you turn something in a day or two late, they were okay with it because you're like, this is a whole new thing we're going through.
Right. Right.
But like especially now, like we go through the hybrid, like my
Okay.
school. So I go to school 2 days a week and then
o-
stay home for three.
Okay.
But I feel like a lot of now the teachers sometimes they forget that like there's still, even though it's been over a year now
Right.
since it's
Yeah.
really peaked. Yeah, I feel like sometimes they kind of not exactly forget, but forget that we're, I don't know, like that we're still kids and we're
Yeah.
still like we still want time for other stuff even though we can't really go out. And
Right.
so
So these, you feel like they think that you should be able to manage time better already and
yeah,
stay on
I
top of
think they
stuff.
think we're like full grown adults able to manage school, the
Yeah.
pandemic, everything.
And just got to remember, you still kids, huh? You're still growing, you're still learning. You love
Yeah.
to have fun, right?
Mhm.
So, do you feel like you're missing out on like important events like school dances or the relationships in school or gossiping in the hallway, things like that?
Yeah, I would say like we had school dances every other month at my school and it was super
Really?
fun. Yeah, it was
What?
really fun. And
That's awesome.
yeah, like then it didn't really seem like something big. Like it was pretty, I don't know, we got really used to it and how
Uh
it
huh.
seemed strange, like not interacting.
Uh huh.
And same goes with my volleyball. Like me and my team last year, we were super close. That was like one of the best teams I've
Yeah.
ever been on. We were super close. And this year, it's like I don't even know their full names.
Yeah.
I don't know. And sometimes I forget their names.
Because you probably just show up to practice, show up to games, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's yeah, that is tough. So, and speaking on that, actually, what you said, y'all had the dances every other month, and you didn't even think twice about it. You just thought, hey, it's just something else that's coming up. What's something that you've taken for granted that you realize now was super important? That's kind of like the dances.
I would say just being with people. Like I used to be super, I don't know, like, well, that sounds kind of funny, but like, like last year, the year before this started,
Yeah.
I was very like, I want to go out, I want to go out. And then
Uh-huh.
like a few months before the we had to go in quarantine,
Hmm.
I kind of just like stopped doing it all because I don't know, I just don't for some reason just didn't really want to go out. And then I'm like,
Hmm.
really could have spent all that time going out and now I'm just stuck here.
And are you enjoying being at home at this point?
Yeah, I
Okay,
love being home.
nice. Me too. Actually, I do so much. Uh, with the pandemic and with everything that's happening and all of like the social issues and everything going on as well, are you still able to look to the future and kind of see what you want to do and feel like you can look to the future, or do you feel like you're so clouded with what's going on right now to where you can't really look ahead?
I've been actually really like I really I think I'm able to look into the future.
Okay.
Uh I've been wanting to like I've been looking into a few things like what I may want for where I want to, I don't know, college. I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about all these random stuff about in the future, like what I might want my job and career to be.
Yeah. And has it changed since the pandemic started?
Definitely.
What? Do you want to
I
share it or do you want to still keep it under wraps a little bit?
well, it's just like my hobbies, I guess, have
Okay.
changed a lot, and it's I I think I used to be super set on like one or two things, and now I'm like all over the place. Like now I don't know what to do.
Which is 100% fine. I'm gonna tell you, you're a teen, okay?
Yeah.
You're allowed to be all over the place. It's 30-year-olds out here that's all over the place and don't know what they want to do. So you have time. All right.
Mhm.
Keep that in mind. You have time. Um, so let's start. I want you to start looking at it from the other perspective. So we talked about your perspective. Now I want you to speak on some of the adults' perspective as far as looking to their kids. Um, what's something that parents may not understand about how kids are dealing with the pandemic?
I think, um, well, it kind of depends with each parent or
For
like each
sure.
family situation.
For sure.
Uh, I know like um with my mom, she's been like super good
Yeah.
with like being like in the beginning she's very like I'm not sure how to say it. Like she was
Asking a lot of questions and
yeah,
or
she was, but she was also super good at just like letting me have my time and kind of
okay.
going a bit easier on me with like schoolwork
Yeah.
and just socializing and just having my time.
Yes.
Um, I guess that was a good thing. I know not all parents were like that, and I know uh, a lot of kids could have gotten frustrated, but I know
Yeah.
also a ton were super good with it.
Okay. And then have any of your friends expressed any frustrations about how their parents have been treating them or anything like that?
Well, I do have a friend who goes back and forth between her mom and dad's, and it's been especially hard
Yeah.
with her
Yeah.
because siblings and parents they just don't sometimes uh understand, I guess, some
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
that we deal with.
For
I'm
sure.
not sure.
No, no, that's 100%. That's 100% accurate. I want you to feel comfortable and open. This is no judgment, like I said. I really want to get your perspective.
Mm.
Um, what are some things that adults can do to help support kids more in this time?
I think I know like talking's a big thing, and I know a lot of kids don't really enjoy talking to their parents about big issues.
Right. Yeah.
So being able to like allow your kids, I don't know, like maybe a journal or even a therapist can
Okay.
really help.
For sure.
Like I go to therapy and that helps a lot. Just being
Nice.
able to talk to someone,
Yeah.
um, that's great. I think just making sure your kid gets everything they need,
Okay.
like support just
Yes.
emotionally.
Yes.
And I think I think that's just a big thing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, is there something you've been wanting to say to adults, um, but you haven't felt comfortable saying, or just haven't felt like it was the right time to say it?
I think it's just more like just even though we are still kids and we're still like
Yes.
we still want to do all this stuff. It's
Yeah.
like I'm all of a sudden in charge of our dogs majority of our days. My sister too. We're home
Yeah.
alone a lot. But like
Right.
there's
Right.
still stuff I want to do. I'm still a kid. I still want to have fun. I still want to do stuff I want.
For sure. All right. I like it. That's fair. I like it. Um, everything in life teaches us lessons, right? So, what do
Mhm.
you think you've learned from life or learned about life during this pandemic?
Like about my life or just all life in general.
One of each.
Um, I guess what I've learned about my life is that I'm very lucky and fortunate to have such a good, I guess, a nice family and just be able to have a home that I can stay into quarantine to be able
Yeah.
to be safe this time.
Yeah.
And I think like all life just in general, what we've all learned is that like we all need to really like realize that we need to not only protect ourselves but like everybody else, I guess.
Mm. So not just be so self-centered and work and looking out for
Well, yeah, yeah.
ourselves. Just
It's important to like,
yeah,
take care of yourself, but
for sure.
once you do that, make sure that others are good too.
I love that. I love that right there. So we are in the rapid fire stage of this interview. I'm gonna shoot out about 7 questions. You can answer them in depth, or you could just give a quick answer to them. I just want you to get the first thing off the top of your head. Are you ready?
Hmm.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. First question. What's important to you?
important to me, I would
Yeah.
say being able to do what I want, but be able to be responsible and
Okay.
like, yeah,
Have the freedom to do
yeah,
what you want, but
freedom.
know that you
Mm,
will do it responsibly.
mhm.
I like that. What is a pet peeve of yours?
Uh, I don't like loud noise. Like people like my sister jumps around in our living room, which is right outside my room all the time. And like our basement is like we made her a whole gymnastics area just for that, and yet she still does it in the living room. It's really annoying.
I'm sorry for that.
Yes.
What is something that you're grateful for?
Um, very grateful for my sister, honestly, because
Okay.
a lot of times we're home alone and it's nice to get to know each other a lot more and spend time.
Yeah, I love that. What's something you do well with very little effort?
Mm. I guess I like this sounds funny, editing writing.
Okay.
I enjoy writing, though it needs to have like a good time too. But my sister, she writes a lot and I like just critiquing her works though sometimes I realize like I'm too much of a critic with that. And I'm like,
But that's an entire career though. That's an editor of a magazine back in the day. If they had, editor of websites,
mm,
things like that, a book editor. That's a
mhm,
entire career. So that's awesome. I love that. What's one goal you have?
goal I have. I guess just being able to like when I grow up, just being happy, I guess.
Okay. I love that.
Because yeah, I mean there's people who out there who have the job they want, they have money, they have everything, but they might not be happy. And I think just being happy is a big thing.
That's a
Like being happy with everything.
that's look, you've cracked that's the secret right there. You've cracked the secret in life. People try to put their happiness in items and like you said, the job or whatever they can buy, but they can still be empty inside. If you
Mhm.
fill your insides, whatever you have outside of just be icing on the cake, basically. So you cracked the code right there. Uh, who is someone that loves you?
Mm, my family, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know, my siblings,
All right. And what's something you love about yourself?
myself. I like that I can be independent, but like still able like I enjoy being alone though I still like
Yeah.
socializing with people every once in a while.
Okay. I like that. Well, I just want to tell you, I think you're dope. I think you are an awesome kid. Um, you have so much going on for you right now. You have things that you enjoy, things that you love, and your mindset tends to look for being happy and helping others, making sure that we don't just look out for ourselves in this life and you look out for those around you. You love those around you. You get involved with those around you. You're critiquing your sister's writings, things like that. That is the signs of a great human being. And I think you are growing up to be a wonderful human being. And I cannot wait to see what you do in this life. I'm a fan of yours. I love you very much so. And I hope that you know that you are as special as I think you are.
Thank you.
Man.
And you
So
too.
thank you. Final two questions before we get out of here. Do you have any advice for kids on how they can deal with what's going on right now?
Just making sure you get what you need. Like you don't
Yeah.
always have to like oh, I hope listen to your parents and other people, but like
Yeah.
you make sure you always have time for yourself.
Okay.
Self-care is an important thing.
All right. And then one more piece of advice for adults on how they can better handle or deal with their kids.
Um uh I don't know, just not pressuring your kids to
Yeah.
be not comparing them and
Okay.
being making sure that they're okay, not pressuring them to get so much stuff done, like still do like
Yes.
daily stuff like chores and stuff, but
Yes.
like not too much of them.
Well, I love it. So this will conclude our episode, people. Hopefully, this has opened some eyes and shed some light on some of the things that the teens have to go through these days. And this is a place to where they can just speak openly and just give them the opportunity to say the things that needs to be said, so we can better help them. That's what we're all here for. The adults are supposed to be here to help the teens. So I hope this has helped some people out there. I hope you guys got something from it. Thank you again, Miss Layla B, for blessing
Mhm.
us with your presence and your knowledge and your perspective today. And we'll talk to you guys next time.